Mamdani today turned Trump into his bitch. You want to know why? Because I was exactly what I was telling you before. Mamdani holds every single card in the deck against Trump at all times. It doesn't matter what Trump says or thinks he has. Trump would say before the election in New York that if you vote Mamdani, if you vote the socialist, everyone should leave. I'm going to punish New York. I'm going to send the army. I'm going to do all these things, yada, yada, yada. I'm a big, bad, tough guy. I'm all pro-capitalism, all this stuff, and I'm going to punish Mamdani. You know what happened? Trump turned into a kitten. You want to know why? Because Mamdani holds every single card in the deck regarding Donald Trump. The biggest card that he holds is whether or not there are people in the state of New York that will confirm the Katie Johnson story. And let me just be clear about what the Katie Johnson story regarding Epstein is. Katie Johnson said on video and in her written testimony that in Manhattan, Trump paid Epstein to have her give him, small little blowjobs. A race play in which she was a maid, and Maria, a Latina youngster, was pleasing him, and then he kind of discards the Latina, threatening ICE, all this stuff on the Latina. And then the next one is, of course, Trump tying her to a bed, having a rape fantasy with her, which turned out not to be a fantasy because she was saying, please stop, please stop, please stop. Tiffany was a witness to it, who was kind of like the facilitator of the fantasies of these rich guys in Manhattan. So he probably was able to tell him it's not just the 1,000 girls that are out there or what's in the emails and the Epstein estate, Epstein's brother and all these other people. It's all the other, quote, lower level people, right? The people who would run, like, who would be your busboys, your waiters, waitresses, cooks, bartenders, event planners, all that stuff. Any one of those people would be able to confirm the Katie Johnson story and verify that Trump liked Epstein to have girls brought to him and have those girls dress up like his daughter, because that's Katie Johnson's statement. That's kind of terrible. And then it goes beyond even worse than that. He also knows about things that have been reported about the one-stop parties that Trump put on. That's going to be inside of New York. That's inside of probably the Manhattan DA's office, and not just the Attorney General of the United States. New York. Since they happened in New York, there are people in New York who know about them. And Mamdani has the resources of the state of New York to find those people to help them talk. And that's only the beginning. There are, 25 women who said that Trump did terrible things, assaulted them, and, did things to them. Many of those 25 girls who came out in 2016 were in New York. So he's able to confirm that. He is able to utilize the resources of the state of New York to confirm what Trump did. Then you go on to the next step. You go on to the almost $500 million judgment that is up right now for tax fraud, bank fraud, and insurance fraud. He has that at his disposal. Mamdani does, against Trump. He knows that. Trump owes E. Jean Carroll, almost $100 million by now because of the interest. But I guarantee you, E. Jean Carroll is probably only one of many. And Mamdani is the mayor of New York. So he may be able to find others. What gets even worse is what happened to the previous mayor. When the Department of Homeland Security, when the Department of Justice, and Tom Homan of ICE tried to legally blackmail the previous mayor. Judge Ho, in reviewing the attempted blackmail of the previous mayor, said that this was illegal, criminal. It was illegal. It was an illegal blackmail. The state of New York and the city of New York can still go and file those cases. That's why Trump turned into Mamdani's bitch, his little toy boy, who sat there and praised him at every chance and even defended Mamdani at today's meeting. Horrible, bad, terrible news for Trump, because his base is not going to get this. His base is probably not going to take it well that Trump didn't attack Mamdani for being a socialist, that he didn't attack Mamdani for being a Muslim, that he didn't attack him for being, pro-Palestinian and all these things. He didn't. Rather, what he did is he praised him. And why? Because Mamdani holds all the cards on Trump. And I do mean every last one. And you just witnessed that today. Like, share, and subscribe.